Hello all, I'm Guna Mathivanan from Officers IAS Academy. Friends, we are coming up with an exclusive live quiz program based on current affairs targeting 2024 prelims on a weekly basis. So every Saturday at 6 p.m. in our Officers Path channel, we will be coming up with this live quiz program. So how to participate? So for which you have to install an mobile application. So go to either App Store or the Google Play Store to download this application named Kahoot application. Download and install it. Right. So every Saturday at 6 p.m. in the live video, I will be giving you a 7-digit PIN. So you have to enter that 7-digit PIN in your installed application. In the Kahoot application, you have to enter that 7-digit PIN. Or we will give you a QR code. If you are not interested in installing the application, you can scan the QR code in the web browser. You can open the web page. In that you can enter this 7-digit PIN number and you can participate in this quiz program. So once you enter the 7-digit number, the application will ask you to give a username. So you have to give your username. Followed by your username, please give your last 4 digits of your mobile phone number. For example, my username is Guna8990, the last 4 digits of my phone number. So like that you can create your own username. That's all. You are ready to participate in the quiz. So in the live video, I will be showing you the question. The question will be followed by 4 options as usual, A, B, C, D. The 4 options will have a color code, right? So option A, red color, option B, blue color, option C, green color, option D, yellow color. So the 4 options will have 4 different color codes. So in your mobile phone, you have installed the Kahoot application, right? So the Kahoot application in your phone, in your device, it will show you 4 colored box, only 4 colored box. Only in the video which you are watching, in that live video, I will give you the question, followed by that 4 option I will be giving you. That 4 option will have a color code, right? So if you are going to choose A as the right answer, then A has red color, then in your mobile phone you will have a red colored box. You have to choose that. That's all. If the answer which you have chosen is correct, and if you have chosen that quickly, for every question we will give you 60 seconds. Assume that I am choosing A is the right answer, and I am choosing within 20 seconds, within 10 seconds, based on how quickly I choose the question. I have to choose the correct one and I have to choose it as early as possible. So the one who is choosing at the earliest will be given more points. So if I am choosing in 20 seconds, I will be given more points. If someone is choosing at 30 seconds, then relatively lesser points, right? So this is how the quiz will work. So at the end of the program, we will show you the leaderboard. Between the questions also, I will show you the leaderboard. At the end, I will show you the final leaderboard. The one with more number of points will be given a certificate, right? The idea of the quiz program is to provide you a real-time experience of solving the questions along with that competitive environment, right? I hope this program adds more value to your preparation. So along with this, we have a daily current affairs hit list series, daily answer rating initiative. So all these initiatives will give you a competitive edge in your 2024 prelims as well as mains, right? I hope this adds more value to your preparation. So see you in the quiz. Till then, bye, take care. Right. So welcome back to Officers Quiz. a place where you can test your knowledge and skills on various topics related to UPSC exams. I'm Guna Mathivanan, I will be your host for today. I teach current affairs and economics, and I head the research and development team at Officers IAS Academy. So as usual, in today's episode, we'll be having 15 questions. Each question will be followed by 4 options, and each option will have a unique color code. Choose the right color code in your Kahoot application. You can join the program by entering the 7-digit PIN which is displayed in your screen, that is 3935944. 3935944. Join by giving your username. Your username should be followed by the last 4 digits of your mobile phone number. The top 3 winners of this quiz will be given exciting books, general books, not UPSC books, do not worry. So without further delay, let us move on to our first question. And the interesting thing is, today you will be having economic questions. So all the best. The first question for today's episode. Here we go. Consider the following statements. The economic survey is prepared by the Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister. It is usually presented in Parliament a day before the budget is read. Which of the statements given above are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. You have 25 more seconds. Follow your Kahoot application for the timer. There might be a small delay in the video which you are getting. Alright. So for the timer, please follow your Kahoot application. 10 more seconds. Time up. So the economic survey is not prepared by Economic Advisory Council. No, economic survey is prepared by Ministry of Finance only. So under Ministry of Finance, we have a Department of Economic Affairs, under which we have Economic Division. So economic division of Department of Economic Affairs under Ministry of Finance will be preparing this economic survey. Alright, so statement 1 goes wrong. Yes, it is usually presented a day before the budget is read. That is correct. Budget will be presented on the 1st of February, and economic survey will be usually presented 1 day before the presentation of budget, that is on 31st January. So statement 1 goes wrong. Statement 2 is correct. Answer is B2 only. So as per the poll result, around 30-ish participants have chosen it correct. Congrats for all those who got it right. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. So Aravind 4850 followed by Harsh 6871, then Adi, Annapurni, then Abdul. You are in the top 5. Congrats. So let's move on to the question number 2. So question number 2, with reference to the trends in the Indian economy, which of the following accounts for the largest share in India's GDP? A. Gross fixed capital formation. B. Private final consumption expenditure. C. Exports of goods and services. And D. Imports of goods and services. So which has the largest share in the India's GDP? That is the question. You have 30 more seconds. Last 15 seconds. Yes, time up. So yes, with reference to the Indian economy, which of the following accounts the largest share in India's GDP? The answer is Bombay, private final consumption expenditure. You know, India is a consumption driven economy. Our GDP is largely because of the demand which we are creating through our consumption, right? So if you take China, China's major consumption is through exports. Their export is actually driving their GDP. But in India's case, it is our private final consumption expenditure, almost 57%, roughly close to 60% of the share is coming from our private final consumption expenditure. So answer is B, Bombay. So going by the poll result, yes, majority have chosen the option B. Congrats for all those who have got it right. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. So Arvind, you are maintaining the first position, followed by Annapurni, Maniharshan, Sam and Dosh. So all the best for the next round. Third question, here we go. Yes, which of the following is not an example of revenue expenditure? Transfers to states, subsidies, spending on acquiring new machinery, salaries of government employees. I am wondering how you are able to answer it so quickly even before I finish reading the question. So the following is not an example of revenue expenditure. 30 more seconds. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time up. So we know revenue expenditure is one of the component in the budget. The budget can be divided into two components, that is the revenue component and capital component. So all the one-way transactions will come under revenue component, two-way transactions will come under capital component. So revenue receipt means government receives the receipt which will not be given back, just one-way transaction. Revenue expenditure means government does that expenditure which the government will not get it back. So here transfer to the states is grants. Grants is a one-way expenditure. Subsidies, again government gives you subsidies. Do you think that we will give it back? So that is one-way expenditure, revenue expenditure. Option D, salaries. Government gives salaries. Tomorrow you are going to become IAS officers. Tomorrow government is going to give you salary for your work. Will you give that money back? No. So option A, B and D are examples of revenue expenditure. But if you look at the option C, spending on acquiring new machinery. So you buy a machine, you can sell that machine. There is a two-way component involved. So answer option is C. C is not an example of revenue expenditure. Here, yes, majority of the poll result, majority have chosen answer option is C. Congrats for all those who have got it right. We will move on to the scoreboard. So Arvind, Annapurni, Maniharshan, Sam, you are the top 4 again. Sanjay has joined the club. So yes, all the best for the next question, question number 4. Yes, so India has concluded free trade agreements with which of the following countries? Japan, UK, UAE, Australia. Japan, UK, UAE, Australia. India has concluded FTA with which of the following countries? 30 more seconds. If you have any hiccups, technical glitches, issues, you can call or you can basically WhatsApp to the number which we are given in the description box. Right. So India has concluded FTAs with 13 countries including Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, Australia, UAE, Singapore, Thailand, etc. Here in this list with UK we are trying to sign. Okay. So with UK we have not concluded. So which of the following we have concluded with Japan, UAE, Australia? 1, 3, 4 is correct. So answer option is C. Yes, the poll result also says majority have chosen the answer option C as the right. Congrats. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. So Aravind, you still in the first position, followed by Maniharshan, Adi, Sam and Sanjay. So great, congrats for all those who have got it right. We'll move on to the next question. Question number 5. The question is regarding core inflation. So core inflation is the measure of changes in prices of goods and services by A, excluding the impact currency fluctuations, B, excluding the impact unexpected events such as natural disasters, C, excluding food, fuel and other volatile compounds, D, none of the above. You have 40 more seconds to choose the right answer. Last 25 seconds. Three, two, 1, 0, time up. So core inflation will measure the inflation excluding food, fuel and other volatile compounds, right? So if it is headline inflation, that will measure, inflation is nothing but measuring of in overall rise in general prices in most of the commodities, which is persistent for a long time. So when we measure that price rise, if we measure the price rise in all the commodities, then we refer it as headline inflation. When we remove the volatile components like food, fuel, because food, fuel, fuel, see, we are dependent on other countries. Food, we have self-sufficiency, at the same time we are also importing a huge quantities of food items. So externalities play a role. So when we measure inflation, these externalities will also influence us. So we find out two kinds of inflation, headline and core. So in headline we will measure inflation in general, in core we will remove the volatile components and then we will be calculating, that is called as core. So here answer option is C. So yes, majority have chosen the right answer option C. Congrats for all those who have got it correct. We will see the scoreboard. Again, Aravind, Maniharshan, Adi, Sanjay, you are on the top list, followed by Abdul. Congrats. We'll move on to the next question. Question number 6. Increase in repo rate by the Reserve Bank of India results in A, borrowing from RBI becomes cheaper, B, mobilization of more deposits by commercial banks, C, no change in the liquidity in the market, D, decrease in the money supply in the market. We have 45 more seconds. What happens when RBI increases repo rate? Last 30 more seconds. Last 10 seconds. Three, two, 1, 0. Time up. So repo rate is the rate at which commercial banks borrow from RBI. When repo rate is high, then what happens? The bank's borrowing rate is going to be high, then bank's lending rate also will be high. When bank's lending rate is high, when the bank's loan interest rate is very high, will you borrow? I will not borrow. If you borrow, I cannot do anything. If the interest rate is so high, generally people will not borrow. When people are not borrowing, then the money supply in the market will come down. Okay. So answer option D is correct. Decrease in the money supply in the market is the right answer. So majority have chosen it correct. Congrats for all those who have got it right. So let's have a look at the scoreboard. Yes, Aravind, Maniharshan, Adi, followed by Sanjay and Annapurni, you joined the top 5 club. Congrats for all those who have got it right. Let's move on to the next question, question number 7. Consider the following statements about the incremental capital output ratio, ICOR. Incremental capital output ratio. It is the additional capital required to increase 1 unit of output. Highly efficient organization or a country has a higher ICOR? Which of the statements given above are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Thirty more seconds. Last 10 more seconds. Three, two, 1, 0. Time up. So it is the additional capital required to increase 1 unit of output, that is called as ICOR. Put it simply, I want to have dosa. Now what all is required? I need a kitchen, I need utensils, I need gas, I need ingredients, I need batter, I need a cook. So to make a dosa, I have to spend this much. It's okay. Now I have spent this much, I have made a kitchen, I have everything with me, I am preparing dosa. My friend is coming to my house, he wants 1 dosa. So to my friend, I am going to make 1 extra dosa. To make that 1 extra dosa, 1 incremental output, how much capital is required? At the first instance, to make dosa fresh, I have to spend a lot, because kitchen I have to create, I have to come up with utensils, etc. So first time it is going to be more capital intensive, but that is not my point. Everything is ready, kitchen is ready, I am preparing dosa, I am having good food, but one day my friend comes, my friend is asking one dosa. So from a usual output, from a usual production, I want to produce 1 extra dosa. For that 1 extra dosa, how much capital will be required? So that capital divided by that 1 extra output, that gives you the incremental capital output ratio. So to produce 1 extra dosa, if I spend more money, I am not efficient. To make that 1 extra dosa, my expense should be less, only that shows efficiency. Similarly, either a company or a country, when they want to increase their output by 1, right? If they are spending less, they are efficient. If they are spending more, they are not efficient. So what is the answer? Going by that, statement 1 is correct. Statement 2, highly efficient organization has a higher ICOR. No, it should have a lesser ICOR. Statement 2 goes wrong. Answer is A, 1 only. So yes, majority have chosen the right answer. Congrats for all those who got it correct. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. So Aravind followed by Maniharshan, Adi, Annapurni, Sanjay, Annapurni, you are climbing up. So yes, everyone in the top 5, you have equal chance to be in the top position. So all the best for the next question. Which of the following represents inflation adjusted GDP? Option A, GDP at market prices, then GDP at factor cost, then GDP at constant price, then GDP at current prices. Thirty more seconds. 20 more. Which of the following represents inflation adjusted GDP? So last 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Time is up. So what is inflation adjusted GDP? So when you calculate GDP using the current prevailing prices, today's price can have inflation, right? So let's assume that today tomato is 200 rupees per kg, onion is 500 rupees per kg. It is having price rise, inflation. Now with that inflation, if I calculate the GDP figure will look so big. That is not real because prices got increased. So when I calculate GDP using the current prevailing prices, that is called as nominal GDP. So I want to remove the influence of the inflation and then I want to calculate the country's income. for which what I will do, I will be calculating real GDP. What is real GDP? When you calculate the GDP using the constant price, that is base year's price, reference price. So GDP at constant price is the GDP adjusted to inflation. So answer option is C. Let's have a look at the poll result. Okay, there were some mistakes. Okay, we will have a look at the scoreboard. So Aravind, you are on the top list, followed by Adi, Sanjay, Shankari, Kavipriya. I can see new entries into the scoreboard. So congrats for all those who have got into the top 5. So let's move to the next question. Question number 9. Which of the following statements is an appropriate description of deflation? It is a sudden fall in the value of currency against other currencies. It is a persistent recession in both the financial and real sectors of economy. It is a persistent fall in the general price level of goods and services. It is a fall in the rate of inflation over a period of time. More seconds. Three, two, 1, 0. Time is up. So yes, here answer option A. It is a sudden fall in the value of currency against other currencies. That is not deflation. That is depreciation. Persistent recession in both the financial and real sectors. Alright, that is again nothing to do with deflation. Persistent recession will lead to depression. Option D, it is a fall in the rate of inflation over a period of time, that is called as disinflation. Option C is the exact explanation of deflation. It is a persistent fall in the general price level of goods and services. Answer option is C. So majority have chosen it C. So let's have a look at the scoreboard. It is Aravind, Adi, Sanjay, followed by Kavipriya and Om Sneha. Yes, the top 5, the list is slightly changing. So all the best for the next question. The central bank currency uses which of the following indicators to set the monetary and credit policy in India? A. CPI, B. WPI, C. Index of Industrial Production, D. Index of Core Industries. Central bank uses which of the following indicators to set the monetary and credit policy in India? Monetary policy is based on which among the below index? Whether RBI uses CPI or WPI or IIP or ICI. Easy question. Don't make any mistake. Twenty more seconds. Time up. So the answer is A, consumer price index. So we all know. So in 2016, RBI Act 1934 was amended and we adopted the flexible inflation targeting framework under which the monetary policy will be devised in such a way that the inflation is kept within the target range of 4 plus or minus 2%. Here which inflation is targeted? It is consumer price index, CPI. So answer option is A. Majority have chosen it correct. Congrats. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. So yes, the top 5, there is no change. Aravind followed by Adi, Sanjay, Kavyapriya, Om Sneha. So congrats for all those who have got it in the top 5. Let's move to the next question, question number 11. Which of the following measures signals dear money policy? Which of the following measures signals dear money policy? Increase in interest rates, increase in reserve requirement of commercial banks, 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Dear money policy. Last 30 seconds. Which signals dear money policy? Increase in interest rates, increase in reserve requirement of commercial banks. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Time is up. Dear money policy or hawkish policy or contractionary monetary policy or tight money policy, everything is signaling about what? Increase in interest rates and increase in reserve requirement of commercial banks. See, these are policies which aims to reduce the money supply. If you want to reduce the money supply, what we have to do? Interest rate should be very high, right? So, first option is correct. Second option, when the reserve ratios or requirements are very high, CRR, SLR, when that is kept very high, again the money supply is going to come down. So, the objective of these policies is to reduce the money supply. So, yes, both the answers are correct. Majority have chosen it correct. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. Arvind, Adi, Kavipriya, you have climbed up. Sanjay, then Home Sneha, you are the top 5. So, congrats for all those who are in the top list. Let's move to the next question, question number 12. When the marginal productivity of labor is 0, it is known as, when the marginal productivity of labor is 0, it is known as what? Structural unemployment, disguised unemployment, voluntary unemployment, frictional unemployment. Marginal productivity of labor is 0. That means what? So, once you become an IAS or IPS, you will come across lot of the situations. Marginal productivity will be 0. You will find a lot of people. What is their role? What do they do when their productivity is 0? Time up. The answer is disguised unemployment. That means they are present in the labor force, but their productivity is 0. Their contribution is not meaningful, right? So, we can see this disguised unemployment in agriculture sector. Okay, one land which can be farmed by, let's say, 2 individuals, but you will find 10 individuals dependent on that one land. So, the 2 individuals can finish the work, but 8 of them additionally they are dependent. So, the productivity of the additional 8 is 0. They are not adding anything. The 2 can finish it. Like that, in many government offices, you will find lot of people roaming in the government office. They will be working in government office only. But even without them, the office can function effectively and efficiently. Right? Their productivity will be 0. These are all disguised unemployment. Answer option is B. Majority have chosen it correct. So, congrats. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. So, the same in the top 5, Aravind, Adi, Kavya Priya, Sanjay and Om Sneha. Congrats. Let's move to the question number 13. India's exchange rate system is characterized by. The exchange rate is determined by central bank. It is determined by the market forces without any intervention of the government RBI. During extreme fluctuations, RBI intervenes in the forex market. Rupee is pegged to a basket of currencies which determines its value. We have 30 more seconds. Seconds. India's exchange rate system is characterized by. Time up. So, option A, what it says, the exchange rate is determined by the central bank. Now, we have allowed our exchange rate to be determined by the market forces. Does that mean option B is correct? No. Because look at the option B, without any intervention of government RBI. No, RBI will intervene. RBI, whenever the rupee is depreciating very fastly or appreciating very fastly, in such extreme situations, RBI will intervene. They will try to stabilize the exchange rate. So, look at the answer option C. During extreme fluctuations, RBI intervenes in the forex market to ensure exchange rate stability. Answer option is C. So, it was a slight tricky question. So, 50-50 I have chosen it correct. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. So, Aravind, Adi, Kavya Priya, Sanjay, Om Sneha. Again, you are in the top 5. Congrats. So, let's move on to the next question. Question number 14. When the US Federal Reserve hikes interest rates, which of the following is the most likely to happen? Appreciation of rupee against US dollars, outflow of foreign investments from India, increase in the interest rate differential between India and US, rise in India's foreign exchange reserves. When the US Federal Reserve hikes interest rate, America's RBI, when they hike the interest rate, what will happen? Appreciation of rupee against US dollars, outflow of foreign investments from India, increase in interest rate differential between India and US, and rise in India's foreign exchange reserves. Last 25 seconds. Last 10 seconds. So, time up. So, yes, what will happen when the US Federal Reserve hikes the interest rate? When US American Central Bank, when they increase their interest rates, when the interest rate is so high in America, let's say I am John from America, okay. If India's interest rate is high, America's interest rate is less, then what John will do? John will invest in India. But because the interest rate differential is so high, in America I borrow for 2%, in India I deposit for 7%, I will make 5% profit. But if America is increasing their repo rate, then the interest rate differential is very low. The interest rate differential is very low. There is no motivation for John to invest in India. So, he will be investing only in America. Not just that, those foreigners who invested in India before, now in America only they are getting lot of interest. So, they will be removing the capital which they were putting in India and they will deposit back in America. So, there will be increased capital outflow from India to America, and there will be reduced capital inflow also. So, answer is Bombay. There will be outflow of foreign investments from India. So, yes, a significant participants have chosen the right answer. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. Aravind, Adi, Sanjay, Om Sneha, Divya. So, Sanjay, you have improved. Om Sneha, you have also improved. Divya, you have also improved again. And yes, congrats for all those who have got it correct. The last question for today's quiz, the last question for this 2023 year as well. So, final question. Let's see how the scoreboard is going to change. So, consider the following statements. The bond price increases with the increase in the market interest rates. Zero coupon bonds are bonds that do not pay interest to the bond holders. Which of the following statements are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. When bond price increases, the bond price increases with increase in the market interest rate. Thirty more seconds. Last 20 seconds. Three, 2, 1, 0. See, when the market interest rates increases, when the market interest rate is so high, then why I will put my money in the bonds? Usually what happens, I can put my money in fixed deposit, I can put my money in bonds. when the bond is giving me 7%, 8% interest, when the fixed deposit is giving me only 5% interest, there will be more demand for the bond price increases. But when the market interest is so high, when the market interest is high, then why I have to put in bond? I will be putting in other instruments. I will not be investing in bond. The demand for bond will be less. The bond price is going to fall. Okay, the bond price will fall. So question says bond price increases with increase in market interest rate. No, that is wrong. Zero coupon bonds are bonds that do not pay interest to the bond holders. That is absolutely correct. Coupon means interest. Zero coupon means zero interest. So the answer is actually given in the statement itself. Answer is B2 only. Let's have a look at the poll result. I think majority have chosen it as C. Kavya Priya, you are in third position. Aravind, you are in second position. So first place goes to Adi. Adi, you have climbed up. So yes, congrats for the top 3. So reach us to the WhatsApp number given. You will be given the exciting books for this week. So I hope this initiative is actually adding more value to your preparation as well. So follow the other playlists of Officers Path. So bring in more participants to the quiz to make it more competitive and exciting. So I will see you in next week, that is next year, with another quiz set of questions. So wish you a happy new year. Wish you all success in all your endeavors in 2024. See you.